We're gonna start in just 1 minute, I think. Let's do this. Hello, and welcome everyone to another stream. I hope all of you are doing well. Give me a thumbs up if everyone can hear me. I can see that the settings from here are quite okay. I'm just gonna double check that I do have my microphone etc covered, because it has been quite a long time since I had one of these, and I'm gonna try to move this a bit. Yes, this is much better. Otherwise, you're just looking at the window. So, how has it been, everyone? It's already a new week. We are almost at the mid of it, but so far, so good. I'm not sure how many of you already know, but I shared about my flight status when coming back from the conference. It was a bit of a struggle, but still things went well. Finally reached Stockholm Monday, sort of afternoonish, and then back to work. So today I went to my office, or to work, so to say. So it was good. Things are getting back to normal. So in today's video, I'm going to be answering your questions, whatever those are related to programming, the conference, or anything as such. But I also want to code a bit as well, and I will be updating my ReactJS application, which is built with AI, or built-in AI with the Chrome Gemini Nano. So we're going to look into that as well with ReactJS, and we'll see how we can essentially use that. I'm going to also make sure I have the right softwares on as well. Give me one quick second. There we go, and there we go. Okay, verifying my account. Interesting. Da, 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 da. And we should be good now. Okay. Okay, it seems like one of the softwares I'm trying to run are not. I'm going to show you the screen. Let's see. See my screen? But you don't see me anymore. As I said, it has been quite some time since I streamed, so I'm a bit rusty. Where's my camera? Give me my camera. Where is it? Oh, it's webcam bar. We have chat. Oh, there it is. There we go. There we go. Okay, so what I was trying to do was this basically. I was trying to run this, but it does not work. Let's see. Nice. I'm hoping everything works just fine. In the meantime, let's also have a look at the the GitHub repository. So it already got some one fork. So someone has started to use it, got 10 stars already. And this is built with Gemini Nano, which is the on-device machine learning model. And what we're going to do is we're going to just make sure that everything works still. So let's first have a look at the version of Chrome I'm running. So I'm running 128, but I still think I need to turn on some flags. So Chrome flags. Mm, du- 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 du. Did I? What were the? Oh, wait a second. Gemini Nano. Oh, I should have that in the README, right? I was thinking where I put it. Yeah, here I put it. So let's see. Let's see if these have changed at all. Reset all. Prompt API for Gemini Nano. This should be enabled. And then we have this guy right here. That should also be done. So it should be optimization guide on device. This should be bypass perf requirement. So you need to enable that. And finally, we need to go to Chrome components and then optimization guide on device model. So we need to do that too. But I think we should have it already. Device. It sometimes takes some time to actually find it. Optimization guide on device. Let's see. Yeah, because I did not find it before, but let's see. If I go here, try to go here, say AI. What the heck? That's not AI. Let's go here. Let's refresh this. Window.ai. That's not there yet because we don't have the model, I think. So we probably need to wait or restart it. Let's see. So the components that we see here are 23 components, but we need to ensure. So here it also says optimization guides on there may not show up. That worked for me was opening the DevTools and trying out the following. Aha, I think I tried this, but I don't think this, I don't think this works. Or maybe let's try this. AI is not defined, right? So window.ai is not there. I think I need to restart it. So let's see. Give me 1 second. I'm going to have to delete, or not delete, but I have to shut down Chrome and then restart again, most likely. There we go. Let's see. Restore. There we go. And here we can, I'm going to share my screen in 1 or 2 seconds. There we go. Now let's have a look at this now. If we try to do window.ai, now you can see those. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. How are you, Abdurrahman Ujjan? And now if I refresh this, I should also be able to see soon, but not at the moment. But if I go and do this, then I think I should be able to see it. So if I do this, there was no model available. This is what you get by default when you're trying the Gemini Nano for the first time. So this is what you will get. And I think I should probably take a picture of this because I'm going to use this in my talk. So it says there was no model available, right? And then what could happen is if I go here, now I think I should have, instead of 23, if I refresh, 24 sometime soon. I'm not really sure. Because sometimes it, let's see. So if I go and check or double check this one, this is enabled. Prompt API for Gemini Nano is enabled as well. And if I go here, I'm gonna double check if they have changed anything. Mm-hmm. It says we may provide. Uh-huh. Mm. And this is the quick start of the JavaScript web SDK. We'll have a look, but I do want to see the optimization here. So I still see 23 components. On device head suggest. That's not the one. Mm, I did something that I could not remember. So, okay, wait a second. So if I try to do window.ai, I get this object, which should have can create text session, can create text session, default text session options. What other? Okay, so no others. I think this took me a lot of time. And I can also imagine this can be frustrating for the developers since it is either being downloaded or something else. So here, Gemini API quick start, blah blah. But why? In the meantime, you can use Gemini Pro. Oh, not going there at the moment. Wait a second. Each email. Digest separate no email. Okay. Join group. Looks like I didn't join it before. So maybe because this is a public group, I should be able to add it to add to it pretty soon. Chrome exposes translate API with the window.model object. This object has two important methods: can translate, can. When was this updated? September 17. So it's pretty. It's actually done today. Okay. Let's see. So if I go here again and try window.model, it says it doesn't show anything at all. So can translate. Check if your translation model for ready leave the model is already available on the device. Okay, so we can try something like await window.model can translate. So here it still says undefined. So the model is not there. But if I go with AI, that API is at least there. Can create text session. Can it do it? No, no model available. Do you think I can use ChatGPT for making projects meantime? I do make money from it though. I started with HTML, CSS, and now I'm up to months like making good money. Although I use ChatGPT a lot to deliver it fast. Yes, you can use it. I don't think there's a problem with that as long as you understand what you're coding with. So if you understand your code, if you know what you're doing, it's going to increase your skill set as well. And the only issue comes when you try to be too dependent on it or become too dependent on it, and you can't really solve issues on your own and you don't really understand what you're doing. So you can make money, of course, with ChatGPT, and you can take help as much as possible. So it's like you don't have to go to Stack Overflow or other places, but you're asking ChatGPT right away. But if you're saying to it like, hey, create the whole application, I don't care how you do it, and you don't understand anything, then you might be able to earn some money, but I don't think you're going to get the skills that you need to grow as an individual. um, and then it's a question of if you actually need those skills at all when ChatGPT is there. But I think that's a different and bigger question. So I think there are different things that resonate with different people. So I personally like to not be too dependent on ChatGPT unless I'm doing something that I don't really want to do, and I don't see myself doing for a couple of years, if you understand what I mean. So yeah, but I still don't have my model. Why don't I have my model still? Enable bypass per requirement. This one is enabled as well. Was there some other flag as well? Let's see. So the only one for Gemini is this one. Nano model. Omnibox. Yeah, I don't see it, but where is my where's the option I'm trying to find? No, I don't see it. It's still okay. Hmm. I mean, I can open my Chrome dev version and I can still update. Hmm. But I will show you in just a bit. What is it all about? Translator? Not really. The on-device model is the Gemini Nano model, so you can use it for translation. You can also use it for other things, but the application I'm using right now is for translations. But what's interesting is that I built it with the AI API, and now we have translation with client-side AI. So this one, I think, is a better way to do things. So I don't do it this way, but I need to update it to do it this way. But I can show you what I wanted. So Chrome dev. As you know, Chrome essentially tries to Chrome basically tries to publish into different channels. One is obviously production that everybody gets. Then you also have the dev and the canary channel. So this is the dev channel. So if I go here, you can see it's already on 130, right? And if I go to github.com, SNIRs, and then we can go to Zubaan from here, and I can show you actually. So here is the app. If I go here and try out the API here, it should be working. So if I do window.ai.can, wait, AI dot can create session. What? Have we changed the built-in API? If that's the case, then it's going to be interesting. So window.ai, is that a thing? It is. Oh, we have assistant now. Interesting. And then we have create. So the API has changed, as you can see. Music no copyright says, sir, I'm struggling to keep up with Angular Renaissance and I don't know how to get updated. I'm pretty confused about how to structure a scalable Angular app using all the latest features. Okay, that's a lot of things. I think the key would be to have, I would suggest to follow influencers and people on Twitter who talk about Angular quite a lot, who know what they're doing. So I would suggest to start doing that, to be honest, because I think that's probably the best way. Um, I also want to get rid of this. Sorry, give me 1 second. I want to change the wallpaper so you can see it better. Is it good? No, it's not good. Can I? can I have a solid color? By the way, is any one of you using Linux as the operating system or no? And about structuring the Angular application, that's a really good one. I think you can either get some good books from Amazon. That's probably a good way. Or you can, I don't know of any good resources, to be honest. I mean, there are on YouTube a lot of good people that you can look at. Fireship is there. We have Todd Motto's Ultimate Angular courses. We have uh, we have Manfred Steyer as well, who's from Germany, I think. So a lot of topics from that as well. So yeah, I think you can probably have a look at that for sure. Okay, I want to first check this. So window.ai dot is this a factory? If I do this, no, it's not a function, right? So we have assistant. We have assistant. Is this a function? No, it's not a function. So it's an object, assistant factory, and then we can do create. If we do, and what does it have? Assistant dot capabilities. What is this? It's a function. If we call the function, what do we get? We got a promise. So let's do await this guy. So we get an assistant. Aha, so here you can see. So they changed it, right? That's why my application won't work anymore. Tanveer Hamza says, early morning about Linux, talk about it more, want to listen it from you. I don't use Linux yet. I use Windows subsystem for Linux, but I do use NVIM. So I was hoping if I could switch to Linux or not really sure yet. But sorry to Pippin, no, not Pippin, music no copyright. Regarding the Angular one, I think the best place right now for you could be Angular, angularspace.com. So a lot of good articles from here. So if you're looking for in-depth, good Angular articles, you can definitely look into this. If you don't know, I'm one of the mentors at Angular Space, so you can see my face probably here. So a lot of good articles are from here, and most of them are now related to Angular Renaissance or what has changed in Angular. And for example, bringing polymorphic functional components to Angular with signal inputs. We also have directive composition API. This is also part of the Angular Renaissance or what has happened after it. You can also get free tickets sometime as well. So it's a really good really good community. So do join. I think we are about more than 3,000 members now. So super interesting. So check this out. I've shared the link in the chat already. But here you can see we have the availability ready, and we also have temperature K and max stop K. So that means I can create a session now. So I can say const session equals, what happened to my keyboard? There we go. Await. Do you see all of this? Like what's happening here? Is this? I think this is part of. No, it's my history. Okay, got it. So await ai.assistant.create. So we should have a session here. If you have a look at the session, you can see this is an AI assistant with some things. So if I do session dot, and here you can see clone, max tokens, prompt. So this is the prompt function that we are trying to look at. So prompt streaming, prompt. I think I'm interested in prompt at the moment. So here we can ask it to maybe translate something. So let's say Urdu to English. What do you want me to translate? What should I have translated here from Urdu to English? Say something in Urdu. Abdurrahman Urjan says, are you familiar with LangChain? I have heard the name LangChain. I haven't worked with LangChain yet, but I intend to do it this year at least. So what should we translate? And you can write in English, and I'll translate it in Urdu. Let's say in Tamil, yeah. Let's do that. What's the text? Keep it family friendly, if you can. By the way, if you haven't noticed, can you see it? Now see it. There was a little drop of tea there. So this is the conference I went to, and it was last Saturday. Really good conference. You can see the cup. You can see this guy right here. Really, really good conference. I enjoyed it so much. Really nice. I'm gonna try it, Pippin. I hope it's not something that's okay. So it says you are a good developer. Okay, so let's try to do this with uh with with the built-in. Oh, sorry, I'm not sharing my screen. Give me 1 second. So I copied what you typed, Pippin, and it says you are a good developer. Thank you. So here, if I try to do this with Gemini Nano, let's try to do it as well. So here we can say translate this from Tamil to English, right? And here we can do an await, and let's see what happens. Hey, you are a great developer. So you can see that this works. And the beauty of Gemini Nano is that if I go to network and if I make this completely offline, which means my app actually is not online anymore, I can try to run this again. And you can see that it will get some answer. So for example, I could also try to say something in Urdu, but I'll write it in English. So for example, I say something like, I don't know, Pani ka matka toot gaya. I don't know where this came from, but let's see. And we can say this is from Urdu to English. So even if it's not really Urdu that I've written here, if I try to do it, I think it will understand it and would still try to translate it. So if I do this, so here you can see the bucket of water broke. This is really cool, right? So you can imagine that not only this understands what you're writing, but the context of it. And since it's trained on a lot of a huge data set, it understands a lot of things. So this is super cool. How's the keyboard? Really good question. I called my brother and I think he didn't. But anyways, so I already have a keyboard that's quite similar. I'm gonna try to show it to you. So this keyboard is K8 Pro. And this is also wireless. I can use it with Mac OS. I can also use it with the. Can I turn it on? Or off cable. Yes. Yeah. So as you can see, no cables right now, but it works. So now this is turned on into the Bluetooth mode, and this is a really good one. You can change the keycaps, you can customize it. I don't do any of that because I'm a very simple person. I'm more interested in coding than what I do with my setup, unless and until that's lighting. So so I already have a K8 and I want a K2. So I'm probably going to give it to someone. We'll see who that would be. But we'll see. So I've not opened that keyboard yet. So we'll see. But I got some other good things from the conference. Some stickers, the T-shirt, some a cup, and also a, what do you call it, the, what you put, the mat for the cups for the coffee. So but those, I think those still are really really small things. I mean, I really appreciate them, of course. The organizers took a lot of time and effort to do this, but I think what's even bigger was the hospitality. So I absolutely loved speaking at the WhatTheStack conference. It's probably one of the best experiences I've had so far, and the majority of the factor for that is the way the speakers treat, or the speakers were treated by the organizers. So the organizers took care of a lot of things, and not only just for speakers but for the audience, for the attendees as well. So it was a well organized, well managed conference. Obviously there can be things improved here and there, but I think the whole feeling of being in a community or having a conference that's built by people for people, I think that was pretty much there, and I really enjoyed. I have some pictures that I will probably share later when the time comes, but really good. I loved it, and I'm now looking forward to the next conference. It's going to be in Poland. It's called JavaScript Poland, and I'm speaking there. I think you probably should be able to see me somewhere around here. Yeah. So I'm going to be speaking about an interesting topic. It's going to be fun. Anyways, should we try to fix our React application now? Do you think we can write some code now? Because right now if I try to do something, it's going to break. So for example, if I just go here and say pani ka matka toot gaya, and if I pick Urdu from here, let's say if I can find Urdu or Hindi, I think Hindi is the right one. And then target language should be English. So if I do this and then I submit it, it's going to crash, right? Because AI create text session is not available anymore because Google changed the API. So we need to fix this. And I think anyone who actually went to the application, I'm so sorry, because I think this just doesn't work. So let's try to fix this. Let's code this live on stream, and then we are going to fix it. ng Notion clone is not the one I want to open. Where's Zubaan? And by the way, if you don't already know, I can tell you that there are going to be a lot of interesting applications coming with AI for sure. Is it React AI on device? Is it running on WSL? Why do I have it? Probably because I was running on Vim, maybe. Okay, let's try to open this. Do I want to make changes to app controller TS? I think so. Can I cancel it? Can I see what I did? Oh, I did this. No, I don't want to. No, don't save. So I want to open what I was looking at. What was it? I think it was here somewhere. React on device AI. So let's see. By the way, does anyone of you want me to build the application in Angular? The same application, Zubaan application in Angular. Do you think that's a good idea? Should we do this with Angular? What do you think? Let me know in the chat. And you can see it was the readme, the last thing I was trying to do. But don't I have iTerm or something? No. Oh, we do have iTerm, right? No, I don't have iTerm. Sad, but I do have terminal. So and this one is actually in, haven't touched Angular yet. You should try it. Okay, so where is this personal React AI on device? So here we have CD React, CD personal React AI on device, status, git pull. build the React application or build the Angular application with AI. That's a really good idea. Should we use which AI model should we use? Should we use Gemini? Should we use ChatGPT O model, or which one? And so let's first try to what was the, I think it was this one. So npm run dev. Wait. Okay, so we got this one right here. Let's try to open this. And is it opening it here? No. So that's not what I want. I want to open it in here. So let's quickly. What happened to you? Oh, because it's offline, I think that's why. Yes. No throttling, thank you. Okay, so we have the app here now. So we'll code in nvim, and then we'll try to run it as well. Shh. And we loved having you. Darko says, thank for the kind words. China with late great t-shirt. Hey, so for everyone who doesn't know Darko, he's the organizer. I think he's probably one of the humblest persons I've met. So thank you so much for having us, and it was really good. So everything you did, I came back. I told my wife how great the experience was. So thank you, and I'm hoping to see you next year as well. And yeah, the t-shirt looked great. One interesting thing about that is that I used to wear the large ones, but I got the medium one, this one from the conference, and it fits well. So looks like the dieting is going well as well. So thank you. And the t-shirt is great as well. And since it's winter, it's a bit thick as well. So I love it. Thank you. So Pippin says, what's the point when we have a working app? So maybe some extra features, maybe instead of clicking save for each time, just get the current selected option. Clicking, could you clarify a bit? I don't understand. So there are two things that I want to do. One is I want to update this application with the new API. That's what we are going to do. So fix this one, not build something with Angular. For now, I mean, this can be a future video. But another thing that I was trying to think about was just building something that uses the Gemini Nano and is open. For example, this one just works with translation, right? This doesn't really take care of, you can't really go here and use it as a playground. So you need to go to console, do your magic. I don't think that's the best way. So what I was thinking was to have another application, maybe that is sort of a playground, but this one, keep it for translations. And I think if we go for window.model, maybe, okay, so the window.model is not, but is this the right one? Yeah, this is the right one. So the model is not here, the new API that they said. So we can still keep using the existing one, but I also want to check something. So if I go to Chrome components, I think, so here you can see optimization guide device on model. This was the one that I was trying to find, right? So here, Abdurrahman Ujjan says, OpenAI is leading the AI industry, so perhaps GPT, unless we have a solid reason to shift to Llama or Gemini. Yeah, I think it would be interesting to build the app with the GPT-O, but I also, yeah, I really want to see how it goes with Angular, because Angular is adding a lot of features recently to the framework that I'm not really sure if it's really able to keep up with all of that information. So it's going to be interesting, but I think that's a good candidate for a video for sure. So here it says status up to date. If I say update, it says already up to date. But then I would assume that we do have, all right, let's try this. So session is not defined. Let's create a session in the chat, and then we can try running this. It says you are a great developer. So this works. But if I do window.model, I don't see this API. And that's what I don't understand. Chrome, Nano, Chrome Gemini, Nano, Translate API. How do I try to access with? Is there an extension already? Interesting. Interesting. Super cool. So here I want to see if I need to check anything. Is that also? There's so many extensions now. I want to see the official API. Chrome for developers. Discover built-in API. AI. That's the one I was looking to. So here we have. So translation with client-side AI. So this one, the language detection API is okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we have a translator.create. Do we have something like that? Window.ai.toString? No. Assistant? We just have some assistant, but do we also have anything that... no. So we'll fix the current application and then we'll look into, what we can add to it. Well, let's fix the current one. So this one is running there. What we want to do is to go to API AI, and then can everybody see the code? And I hope I don't need to shorten this. So everybody should be able to see the code. If I do 12, what is F12? No. Was it F10 that removes it? F12 is the one, right? Oh, F12. Okay. So here we should have, and we should have, yeah. So but where do we create the session? Yeah, here. So here this should be ai.session dot, no, sorry, it was ai.assistant dot create, and then we have this. What does this say about the error? Move to a new, what is it crying about? What was it? GR? No. Now I don't even remember the keys. Okay, wait a second. So if I go here, close this guy. Unexpected lexical declaration in case. Aha. But. Okay. So if I do this, nope. Now I need to look some Vim bindings. So nvim show info shortcut. Info. I think there was something. Let's see. CD. Where did I put my config? I think it's inside config and Vim. Yeah. So here we have, right. So if we do this, because now I have to see what my keys were. So if I go info No, there's no info. Just developer thinks forgetting key binding. Exactly. Do, 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 do. Because I set these up all myself. I think with the plugins that I set, maybe it was debugging or formatting. I'm not really sure. So here, toggle breakpoint, blah, blah, blah. Those are not the ones. I think it's probably linting or something like that. No, that's not the one. Should probably be... that's not the one as well. Completions. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. No. Which one was it? What's debugging? No, I don't think so. I think maybe LSP config was the one. Yeah, so this one, go to definition. This is GD. There should be another one that was run diagnostics. Da, 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 da. Yeah, here. So yeah, this is the one. So leader D. That's the one I was. Camp just went black. Sorry, that means it has been about 1 hour of the streaming. So it's about 47 minutes, but the battery went out pretty quickly. It's gonna be up in a few seconds. Give me 1 second. There we go. There we go. So you see it now. Okay, so this is the one I was trying to find. So that means if I go here and if I do space D, there you go. So unexpected lexical declaration block. That's the one I was trying to find. But I'll keep with it for now. So let's save this. And if I go to my app now, refresh, try this again. And that was so from Hindi to English, save it, and we can say something like tuta hua matka, and if we hit submit, broken picture. So now it does it. So the bug has been resolved. Data dev, hey, how's it going? One thing that we could also do probably is to keep the language that we have selected already in sort of a local storage or something, so we don't have to do it every now and then. So what do you think? Is that a good thing that we can start with? And I think this should also work with microphone as well. So let's see. Allow on every visit. Aha. So what if we change this to Hindi and then we change this to English? And then we say something like, आज मौसम बहुत ही बेहतरीन हो रहा है. Cool. The weather today is going to be incredibly fine. Nice. So I'm going to share the link in the chat of this app. You see it there. So this is built with React and it uses the Google Gemini Nano built-in model in the browser to give us what we are looking at. So it works with both microphone and the text box. I think one of the things that we may want to do is, so there are two things that could be improved. One, we should be keeping the options selected in local storage or something, so we can try to we can try to retrieve them when we have when we refresh or do something like that. So for example, if we go to components, because we are not really using any sort of state management library, it's really simple. We don't really want to do that, to be honest. So we can keep things simple. We are using local states and everything is essentially local. So what we could do is, as far as I remember, we do have the app tsx. So this is running with the router. We do have the home component. So if we go to home, we have the header in the top, which is this one. And then we also have the chat. So the chat is the container that we have. And then we have the language. So here where we have the languages, we can actually get the language from local storage or just use the language one. So here what we can do is, I don't want to do it. I don't want to put everything here. I think we can just create something in another file. So we do have the API as well. And here we can probably say, let's create another file. So, or we have utils, right? So here we can create another file. We can say storage helper.ts, and let's open this. So here what I want to do is, I just want to create some functions. So we are going to say const storage keys. And here we do have a storage key for languages. So, or now that I think about it, I want to keep things simple and not overcomplicate that, if you understand what I mean. So we do have, we can say source, we can Zubaan source, or I'm going to keep this underscore so we can use them easily in the keys. So Zubaan src language, and then we have, and when we write it this way, we don't even need. So Zubaan source lang, and here we can say Zubaan. Now that I think about it, we could have just used an enum as well. But I don't want to use it. So we can just say Zubaan source language, Zubaan source language, and then we can do this, and we can do target, and you can see my usage of Vim is not excellent. So as I was saying, so we have target language, and then what we can do is, since this is going to be internal, we don't really want to expose this. So we can say export const get saved languages. And here, this is going to be just a simple method, which essentially says const stored languages equals, and here we can get the target language and the source language. So here, instead of this, actually, we can say source lang equals, and we can say JSON dot, or we can, I mean, now that I think about it, we can get both of them. There are two options. One, we get the whole object for the source and target in one single go from the API. But then every time we are trying to save something, we are going to override everything as well. So I think I'm going to do one by one, so differently. So source language is going to be JSON dot parse, and here we are going to get either it from the storage, or we are just going to use the first one. So here from storage JSON dot parse, and here we can say local storage. Now that I think about it, we could do something like this. So we can say let source language, let target language, and here we can say languages. Zero. And what was the target language that we had? If we go back to the chat component, oops, what did I do? No. Oh, I messed it up. Okay. Let's bring this down. As I said, I have some trouble. But anyways, so if I go to the chat, I actually had some changes in the storage helper. We're gonna have to save these. So we say something like languages 1. And what I want to do is in the chat, we do have languages 0 and languages 1, right? So we need to set it. Pippin, thank you so much. You didn't need to do that, but thank you. I appreciate it. So we do have the chat right here. So what we can do is we can say storage helper, and we can say this is going to be language 0 and language 1. And then we can say try, and then we can say source language equals, and we can say json.parse, and then we can say local storage dot. The problem with this approach is that, I mean, this is going to work, but it's more like try, and I know something's going to fail. So instead of that, we could have just written in this in a proper manner. So we could say something like const src lang from storage equals json dot par, or we can say local storage dot get item, and here we can say storage keys dot source Zubaan lang. So we got this one, and this one is going to be target lang, and this is going to be target. So here we can say source lang from storage, json.parse, sparse, no, and otherwise language is 0. So here we can say source lang from storage, and we can essentially do the same, and we can do the same here, and let's remove this, let's paste this, and this can be const, and this also need to be const. Okay, good. But this then should be target or language is 1. Does that make sense so far? Okay, so then we can just return source language and target language. Why do we have an error? So here, okay, sorry. Target, that's why. Okay, so this is the function that we have now. So what we can do is we can open this, or actually even without opening it, we could have gone there. So we could have, is it F? No. Is it Control P? Yeah. So yeah, chat.tsx. And here, when we open the app, we should have const languages from storage equals get save languages. So we get the save languages, and here we initiate with them. So we have languages from storage dot source language, and we have languages from storage dot target language. So we did save them. Something interesting just happened. I want to go back here, and I want to go back here. I press the wrong key. So here, now that we have this, we don't really need to import languages here. Good. Then what I need to do is, okay, so this looks fine, but whenever we are changing any language, we need to save that also inside our our storage. So what I'm going to do is, first I'm going to see what did I use to split, and I also want to see what was this command for searching project wise. Was it FG? No. What was it? No. What was the key for searching throughout the project? I have forgotten all the key bindings. What is the key? nvim file tree search. Wasn't it the fuzzy search or something? No, it's not the it's not this one. Okay, that's why you should keep using one editor at a time. So we have auto pairs, cat puchin completions. That's probably not the one. We got diff view, formatting, indentation, linting, LSP config, Lua, line, Mason, new tree. Telescope is the one. So it's CFG. Look at this. So this is the one. I was so close, but why? So here, FG. There we go. So what I was trying to find, now I've forgotten what I was trying to find. Yeah. So we'll go to our helper, and here we then need to export const save language. Hey Philippe, help net. Thank you so much. Welcome to the family. How's it going? And here we should have storage key, and that I think we are going to do saves being a bit more explicit, so to say. We could have said so there are two trade-offs here. One, I export the storage keys from here and then let the component try it out, or I create two different functions to just handle this, if you understand what I mean. So here I'm gonna say source language. It's going to be a string. We have target lang, going to be a string. Here we're just gonna say local storage dot save item. Here we're going to provide the key, so storage keys dot source language, and here we are going to just pass source language. Okay, and we're gonna save this guy. And we're gonna go here. We're gonna paste this guy, and we can say here that this one, target language, and this should be target lang. Okay, so there we go. And now we can go to chat.tsx. And now we have this. I think we should have some sort of function already to set here. So here we have set source language, and then we have set target language, right? So we can either do it here. I think the best place is actually to do it here because we don't really change them anywhere else. So here we can say save source language. You can see auto import is helping us out here. So here we save lang, and but why Zubaan lang. Aha, interesting. Interesting. So should we be saving then Zubaan language? Interesting. That I didn't know. So if I do Control O, then that means, then that means we can actually store. Oh, because also we are doing JSON.parse as well, right? Yeah. So that means this should be actually Zubaan or Zubaan language. And then we do JSON.stringify. So we save it like this, and then we can also do JSON stringify and save this. And then we can also say that this is Zubaan language. So we save it like this. That sounds good to me. Then from here, this should be okay. And then we can also say set or save target language, and then we can easily pass this. Now, when we do this, we do have the language from storage. So if we do gf, is it gd? Yeah. So there was also a nice shift K. I understood. So source language is any, target language is any, but then that's not what it's supposed to be. It's actually supposed to return actually we don't really need, we should not be typing it, because if you see this one, the source language here is any, and that is because we either do the languages which are of type Zubaan. So if I do here, you can see it's a Zubaan language, but it doesn't understand what this JSON.parse is, if you understand what I mean. So here we should be saying this is, we cast it to Zubaan language as Zubaan language. And that means that now the type of this function, or the return value of this function, is not going to be any. Now it's Zubaan language, which is what we want. So we don't really need to specify it here. As long as everything that's returned is a Zubaan language, it's good. So this one is a Zubaan language, and now we have casted the parse as well to Zubaan language. So what this returns in the end here is an object that has source language and target language set to Zubaan language, like this. Cool. So we can save this. We can go back, and here now if we look at the type here, this is, you can see, and finally that gets also set to here as well. That's good. I think we should be good. I think we have implemented what we needed to. So let's say if I refresh this now, we have English, Swedish. We click here, with this changes to Hindi, we save it. Ooh, locally storage.save item is not a function. What? What? Set item. Sad. Helper. So here, let's fix it. So we have this guy, set item. And then we have this guy, do the same. There we go. So we pick Hindi from here, we save it. It should go to set item. It should save it without any problems. If we go to application, local storage, we should see Zubaan source language, Hindi, code HI. Then we change this to English, we save it, and you can see this as well. Now, if I refresh this, you can see that this is saved. So we still see Hindi and English, so we don't have to set it every time we change it. And if I remove these, refresh, now they're back to the original one. So let's pick Hindi, let's pick Swedish or English. And we can say, हाँ भाई, क्या हाल है? And we hit submit. Hey brother, how are you? ठीक हो गया? Zabardast. So now we're good. And I think the only thing that I want to do here is if I'm pressing enter here, it should submit it. If I'm pressing control enter, then it should not submit it. Or shift enter, so to say. So it should not do it. So maybe let's just fix this. And I think that's the last thing that we want to do. So let's open this guy. Let's go to chat. Let's see, where do we have this button? So we have text area right here. And we have, this is, we've got the phone here, and then we have got this one. So disable is listening, on change set prompt. Yeah, on key up. We can, what is the difference between the key up and key down capture? When is this one called? That's interesting. Okay, so here we can probably say handle text area key up. So we need to create this guy. And what we can do here is create another function. And const handle text area key up event synthetic event, or actually this is going to be a keyboard event. Keyboard event, right? And here what we want to do is const, we can say const key equals, add a few more languages maybe. Yeah, which languages do you want me to add? Tamil, and which others? So we have key equals to event dot target or event dot key. And we can, for now, we can console log it. So we can, we can say key, and we can save this. So here we have we say enter, shift enter. So here we have shift and enter both. So what I want to do is, I want to say if key not equals to enter, return, and we also want to do it console key, but then also I'm gonna just log event so we can see. So if I do this shift and enter, you can see we got synthetic base event, which is essentially the class that the keyboard event is basically inheriting from. So here, Tamil, Malayam, Telugu. Aha, okay. Let's ask the the Gemini Nano, what their key codes are, and then we can add that as well. So we got the control key is false, and we should also have the shift key true. So here, what we want to do is, so if key is not enter, okay, or now I'm thinking about this. So if she is and if key or if event dot shift is false and event dot control key, is it shift, was it shift key? Yeah, shift key. So we got shift key kitty, no, key, and that should be this, and we can also say return from here. Cool. Zishan, hey, how's it going? Yes, exactly. Thank you. Okay, so I'm looking at the code right now. So we have this situation, and we want to have a function that is called on submit. So here we can say cons on submit, and this should essentially get I'm thinking now, because send message essentially does a lot of things, right? In this particular case, we call send message. In this particular case also, but this is the summarized conversation. I'm not looking at this one. I want to look at this one. So when we do submit, we essentially just submit. So okay, that's good. Start listening, set prompt, but there's send a message. Okay, so then if I look at submit, so we just prevent default, and then we just need to do this. Okay. So in that particular case, let's just add this as well. So here, when we have handle text area, and we can go ahead here. What? No, did I? What did I do? I pressed all the wrong keys. Chat. Recover. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so what we needed to do was this here. So we don't really need the on submit in this case. What we need is actually this, and we need to paste it here. And we also need to make this guy async. Okay, so in this case, we also want to then do this. Class contains microphone. Yeah. But this one actually should actually go even before this, because this is when the microphone is already doing something. So dictaphone current class list contains, if it contains microphone, then it clicks it and returns it. Okay, let's see. So if we go here and then we say this, and this, nothing really happens. So what I wanted to do was something like, I don't know. So converting from Hindi to English, subha ho rahi hai. So if I do enter, it doesn't do anything. But if I do shift enter, now it submits it. So this is what I wanted. But I wanted it to be actually the reverse of it. So I coded this the wrong way. So what I want to do is, if I just press enter, and I can do it this way. If the key is enter, wait a second. Yeah, I think I can be specific, and otherwise, if the key is enter and we can say something like and not shift key and not control key, then we go here and say this. And otherwise we go and say this. Yeah, I think this is good. So what I wanted to do was this. So subha ho rahi hai. If I hit enter, it should just submit it. But if I don't press enter, then it should just go ahead and let me type more of the stuff. So for example, abrat ho gayi, shift enter, and you can see it lets me write more. Chai pee lete hain. Shift enter, it lets me do it. If I hit enter, now it's nighttime. We have to drink water to quench your thirst. It's not water, it's tea. What? No. Sorry, Gemini Nano. It's not water, it's tea. It's a very important thing to know. Okay, so this looks good to me. There was something that I noticed, but let's see. Yeah. What do you need translated? And here we can also, here we can also add to the text area. So if we go here, yeah, I think we would have to do something like event, and then we have this guy, and we want to pass argument type keyboard. What was it? No, space. And now I can't remember. FD? No. Yeah, space D. So element. What? Aha, okay. So that's why. So where are you, Mr. Function? Text area element. Type keyboard event is not, it's not generic, then why? If it's not, okay, what is the type of this guy? Key. So it's react.keyboard event. Okay, then that makes sense. So then should it be react dot keyboard event instead? HTML text area element. Is everybody happy now? Yep, looks like it. So we save this guy, and we also needed to add some placeholder. What do you need translated? And here press Control Enter for new line. Now that's going to be a problem. Why? Because in Mac you don't have control, so you rather have command, but maybe we can just say shift, even though if it works on control. Shift enter for new line. And what if I now do this? There we go. Press shift enter for new line. What do you need translated? Press shift enter for new line. Good, good, good. Okay, so I think this is good. Maybe we can put it out there now. So call it fixed. Good. Let's have a look at what we changed. So we changed some lines. We also formatted some stuff. Good, good, good. We changed basically this. This is the change that has happened in the API. Then we changed a bunch of things here. Oh, we also have aha. So we got this guy. We can remove this. What do we have apart from this? Languages, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we also added the possibility to storing in source. Good. Good. I think this is good. So if we open F9, git add, git commit. Did I already add the YAML? If I go YAML dot YAML, nope. Okay, then we have some sort of deploy command then. Okay, git commit fix AI fix API to create session and prompt added or saved the language selection to local storage, fix the creation of session based on new Chrome API changes. What did we do apart from this? Added shift plus enter for new line and submit on enter by default. Okay, so we can push this. I think we should have some sort of package script for deploying. We do have preview npm oops npm build. I think I should have some GitHub actions on it. No? Yeah, there is supposed to be. So if I refresh now, yeah, there you go. So this should be deployed now or in a soonish time. And then we can test it on, yeah, then we can test it on live and then we can wrap this up. But why did it not show the, because, but when I checked it here, .yaml, it doesn't show it to me. Why it doesn't show it? Workflow. Why does it not show to me? I think it's probably because it's in the hidden one, right? So if I do H, so that's why probably because it's hidden. Yeah, so we have this. Okay, so if I go here, and now if I say, oh, there you go. So you can see the new version here. And we can say Hindi, so save it, English, save it. We can refresh. You can see it's saved still. We can say तकरीबन 1 घंटा हो गया है हमें लाइव स्ट्रीम करते हुए. Let's see. Almost 1 hour passed. We are live streaming it. Hey, let's go. Now we can also add the languages that Pippin said. So there were Tamil, Malayalam, Telugu. So let's first ask AI to give us some things. So we have these, right? And we can also give it the prompt from here. So if you go API, AI, we should have the languages, which are utils languages. So here, okay. So we can construct our prompt here. So we can say something like await, or let's say const session equals await AI dot create or assistant create, and then we have const prompt equals await session dot, and here we can say prompt, and here we can say we have the following array of languages, and we can say add the following with their languages codes as well. So here we can quickly do this. So now we are asking Gemini Nano to create languages for us that we can use in Gemini Nano. So let's see. Oops, we had a typo, of course. So create. And now I can hear the sound of my CPU doing something. Okay, so we have prompt. Adds the provided language to exit. What? What? That was not what I wanted actually. So let's see. Maybe we did something wrong. Let's ask in a cam went back black once again. Give me 1 second. I think with time their sort of life is also shortening a bit. Given the following array of languages, do this. Malayalam, Telugu. Don't provide the code, just add them. Let's see. This is not good. So we still have as a provided language codes to the existing code of language, but without the language codes. Okay, what I want to do now is I want to try this into actual AI Studio. So let's see, AI Studio. I want to do not the API key, but I want to create a new prompt. And let's say not using the Pro, but I want to use Flash. And I want to say, do this. You can see this one works, right? So yeah, Gemini Nano probably is quite nano. And I think it's not suitable for all of that yet. But it can be fine-tuned. I have yet to look into how to fine-tune it in a nicer way. But we'll see. So I want to go back to where's my editor? Where's my terminal? Here it is. Okay, so there we go. Let's try to get rid of this guy. Let's go to our utils, languages, recover, thank you. And we have this guy. So let's quickly go at the end and add all of these. Okay, now we can go to our app. Go here, refresh. And now we have Tamil, Malayalam, and Telugu. Good. What was the Tamil one, right? So Tamil to English. Let's keep it like this. If we refresh, they stay there. If we go quickly to say Tamil to English, and then how do you say this? Let me hear it. Ninga Nalla developer. Okay, let's try this. So in here we have Tamil, English. Once more, please. I think the desktop audio, which is here, should also probably make you hear this. So, Ninga Nalla developer. Thank you, Google. Okay, so let's see. Ninga Nalla developer. You're doing well. No, I'm not. I tried something. Let's see. Ninga Nalla developer. Aha. Ninga Nalla developer. Hey, let's go. The developer was the right one. Good. So now we have more languages added to it. Let's quickly push that as well. And if you have if anyone who's watching this and want to add more languages to this, feel free to reach out. And let's quickly go there. Let's open this guy. I remember there was also a way to add. No? Yeah. So we close that one. So here we can say ls, git status, git add, git commit. And here we can just say feed, languages, add Tamil, Telugu, and Malayalam. I think that's good enough. So we are just going to push this, and I think this should be live very soon. Yeah, you can definitely just raise our pull request. Just go to the languages file and add more to it. Just make sure that you have the code that is correct. What you would have to do, since you don't have the access to commit it directly, you will have to fork it. But definitely, yeah, just create a pull request, and I will be able to review the PRs, and then I can merge it. But I think this is looking good. I am, however, really interested in looking at the translation with client-side AI. This thing I don't think this is available yet, and this is only available in the early preview. I think because I have access to the early preview, I think I should be able to look into it pretty soon. But yeah, we'll have a look into it. I have to look into it both. Yeah, but I do need to look into the translation and I need to also compare then how different they are and which one is better. But I have apparently a talk pretty soon, so I need to prepare for that as well. But we'll see. But this live stream would also go probably into that. But cool. Now I think we should also have the newer one as well. And if I go to the live version, open it, I should be able to see where is it? Hindi, English, and then we should also have Tamil, Malayalam, and Telugu, all of those as well. But we could also try. I think it would also be nice to be able to hear it as well. For example, just like we can hear it here, I think we should be able to do that within the app as well. So if I had to do, if I could think of some more features, that would be one, to not have the history deleted at all. So whenever I refresh, I should still see all my existing chat. I think that's pretty easy to do. Just store it in the local storage. The other one would be to be able to hear on just by clicking a particular message. Like if I could click here and then read it out in the language. So that would be interesting. But I think I would have to think. I also have a doubt. Which company do you work for though? I'm currently working in a company named Scania. So if you look at my profile, it should say it right here. So Scania Group. Scania is a company in Sweden that builds trucks and heavy vehicles. So a lot of things actually. So for example, electric vehicles, we have normal trucks, we have cargo trucks, uh, some buses. I assume, or I know there's some series, so a lot of customizable trucks. Yeah, buses as well. So I work in the team that actually has all the data that is related to all the trucks, all the parts of the trucks, because almost or as per I know, and I've been here in Scania since February, so it hasn't been much time compared to the others who have been there for 20 years or 25 years or even more. So we have the trucks are customizable, so you can decide what kind of width and height the cabin would have, what kind of structure would it have, how many tires should it have, like 2, 2, 4, 2, 4, 6, whatever. And then also all the windows are sort of modular as well, so you can have the same window for multiple trucks and things like that. So all the data is in my team. My role is right now as a front end architect, so I'm working on a lot of Angular, a lot of front end, working on uh, some new components as well. But I'm also looking into right now these days into AWS and a bit of infrastructure and deployment as well, but primarily towards front end. So some Nginx, some AWS, and this is my first time working with AWS as well. But my primary role in all my past companies have been a front end architect or front end developer or front end architect, so to say. Okay, and there we go. Awesome, awesome. So this looks nice. I think I can use because I have a talk the day after tomorrow, and I did want to demo this. And just by running this, we now know it did not work. Now it works. That's nice. But I have to look into the documentation and see what changed basically. But awesome. This is good. We have been live for about 2 hours. This was really nice, and I hopefully I will see you next time. I'll try to build a consistent streaming schedule, but I think I'm not there yet. Hopefully soon, but we'll see. And that's it, man. Nice to know about you. I'll try to add more languages, maybe speak feature that you talked about. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I'll be happy to merge that so you can show it off as well. Thank you everyone who joined, and I'll see you the next time. Take care.